Since this morning, the official death toll from Typhoon Haiyan stands at 5,500, making it the most fatal storm in the Philippines' modern history. Economists are now beginning to cut their 2013 growth forecast for the Philippines as a result. However, the results from the Sales Managers Index is more hopeful for the country's economy. I'm joined by Ed Jones from World Economics in London. So Ed, the index reading of above 50 actually suggests an expanding economic environment. So what is your growth forecast and why do you think this natural disaster won't have a huge impact on the economy in the long run?
We've all witnessed the horrific aftermath footage of the super typhoon Haiyan, which was known locally as Yolande. It hit the Philippines on 6th November, but we have to remember that the Philippines are a large set of islands that number over 7,000 individually and home to more than 100 million people. The epicenter of the storm hit Tacloban City, which, although awful, is not the main population or business center of the Philippines. The economy of the Philippines is very diverse and covers outsourcing centers, electronics factories, and mining industries, just to name a few. There was widespread disruption nationally for about 2 or 3 days, but the government implemented a swift action plan that saw infrastructure, telecommunications, and business support systems back online quickly. In turn, this minimized the overall disruption to the economy. Our panel researchers spoke to hundreds of managers during the typhoon period and in the following weeks, and the vast majority all agreed that they were getting their businesses back on track, and this would be a temporary setback. They still remain very confident about future business conditions. GDP growth in 2012 was reported at 6.8%. We have seen business activity continue to improve throughout 2013, which without the typhoon would have resulted in growth of around 8%. However, given the temporary setback in Q4, our analysis suggests that Q4 will grow at around 4 to 5%, which means an overall 2013 growth rate of between 6.5 and 7% overall.
The report reveals sales have fallen, but only temporarily, and the prices index indicated sales managers are dramatically dropping prices. So how long do you think this will actually last?
Our growth market data, which reflects growth of the general marketplace in panelists' own industry sectors, found that the overall market growth has been strong over the past few months and saw modest acceleration. The product sales index shows how sales of panelists' own companies have been affected. As the typhoon had such a major impact and resulted in lost business days, it is perfectly understandable that company sales have declined in the short term. We would be surprised if this continued for a prolonged period, no more than 1 to 3 months at the most. There are seasonal considerations also. In addition, prices have dropped in the past few months prior to Typhoon Haiyan. Respondents have explained to World Economics that this is to stimulate new sales and combat the disruptive effect of recent natural disasters, which not only includes the typhoon but also the earthquake in October.
And Ed, in terms of employment, managers are recruiting staff quite rapidly to meet the demands of the expanding marketplace. So can you tell us more about the trends we are witnessing within this sector?
As with any rapidly expanding marketplace, companies continue to need people to work on and sell their products. Most panel managers have suggested that staffing levels are remaining the same, whereas more managers are reporting new recruits. This is an effect of rapid market growth. I would expect staffing levels to fluctuate slightly with the different seasons, but overall the findings are congruent with strong economic growth as seen in recent years. On the whole, the economy has a good solid underpinnings, which ensure a strong resilience to these unfortunate but frequent natural disasters. The World Economic Sales Managers Index is the only whole economy economic indicator for the Philippines, and we are very pleased to be able to offer this level of insight into the recent effects of Typhoon Haiyan and reconfirm that there is indeed a very positive outlook for the Philippine economy.
Ed, thank you very much. As always, it was a real pleasure. Well, viewers, do stay tuned as we have plenty more coming up. See you soon.